I'm Larry Tummino. I work at the Department of Developmental Services. I'm not Leo Sarkisian, even though it says that in your handout. Leo's a good friend, and we're partners in this project. But Leo is going to be closing with you later this afternoon. We kind of switched roles today. Yesterday, we had some other folks here. Some of you might have been here yesterday, too, I know. So I'm Larry Tummino, and I'm the Director of Special Projects. I'd worked for the department for about 43 years in various capacities, the last 8 of them full-time as a Deputy Commissioner with Elin Howe. And thankfully, Elin Howe's kept me on part-time, along with some others who are really focused on social inclusion as one of our next big and, as we put it, our last hurrah for initiatives maybe in our career. Some of us. Gail Grossman is helping me with this project. She's working part-time as well. So both of us are really pleased to be doing this. It feels so good for us to have the time and the focus to just work on this. So many of our years we were doing things like running around, making sure we met all the compliance needs of our court suits, which we've had many in Massachusetts, thank God in a way, because probably wouldn't have had all the money and the resources we have now without them. But we had to do a lot of things to be in compliance all the time, and Gail was so important to that too, with licensing and certification and the waivers and everything else. We were caught up in a lot of important things. I'm not going to say they weren't important, they're very important things, but never felt like we had that time to put something towards something we felt inside, which was the need for people to be really a part of their community, to not be isolated, and to feel a part of something bigger than them. As we do, I feel like I'm part of something bigger than me by being connected to this kind of quiet revolution we've been a part of for the last number of years. Many friends here in the audience who've been part of that as well. So today, I want to first mention who's here. We have selected, I'm not sure exactly how it all happened, but Jim, Mary Ann, Leo, others reached out and thought about organizations that we really wanted to see take flight into this new frontier. I was watching a silly movie last night, like a parody on Star Trek. You know how we have the space, the final frontier. Well, the community, the final frontier. We're there, but we're not in it yet enough. And so we have with us today leaders and teams from 13 agencies who do residential services. That was a common denominator. And with us today, if you want to raise your hand so people can see where you are, ARC of Bristol County, you folks are here today. Great. Won't be too bad for you going home. That's nice. Say hello to Michael. Justice Research Institute. All right. Very good. Yay. Oh, Mary Ann likes that, people. Jeez. Is that a little biased or what? What are you, biased? Gee. ARC of Greater Plymouth. GP, I assume, is Greater Plymouth. Friends down there. Good. I'm from Southeastern Mass. Community Systems Incorporated. Very good. Cape Cod mostly, and Southeastern Mass. Yeah. Bay Cove Human Services, well-known group from Boston. Great. NAMSI, Brockton Area Multi-Services Center, Inc. Great. Just got an invite to your gala affair coming up, which is pretty amazing. Nonotuck Resources, wonderful. United Arc, I don't think they've made it today. Anyone here from United Arc? United Arc is from Franklin County, Greenfield, which is going to get hit the worst of the storms. I have a feeling they played it safe, which is okay. We'll make sure we connect with them. Good people out there. Alternatives Incorporated, right there. And my old friend Dennis is here, the executive director, which is wonderful for him to give us some time today to do this. That's real dedication on his part. Riverside Community Care, very good. And Minuteman ARC, all right. Some of you I saw yesterday. Good to see you again. Seven Hills, very good. And VinFen, right over here. I know these guys. Big table of VinFen, all right. Big group, big organization. That's okay, good team. So you're all here as teams. That was done purposefully. So you could work together when you get through this day to get back home as part of this launching, I guess we're calling it launching, so that you're going to be our groundbreakers out there. You're going to be our people on the edge of helping people move just out of those triangles, as was so ably put yesterday by Angela Amato, who you're going to get to see today, which is wonderful, out of those triangles of human service world and into the broader world of community, and getting connections and bridges and hopefully associations and friendships and relationships that are so important to all of us. Every day I see something new about that, how isolation can be a critical factor in people's lives. Jim sent around something from the Surgeon General recently showing how so many people, that's their primary concern. When you look at the signs of people who have early mortality or deep depression, it's often that they're isolated and don't have good connections or friendships or relationships, and that really creates unhealthy circumstances for them. So the need for each other is important, the need for connection. The other day I was out with some other retirees. We get together about once a month to go, we call it Mayflower University. Mayflower is a brewery in Plymouth, and we go there for the wonderful samples they give you in cheap beer, and it's fun. We just hang out and talk and get together again about once a month. And all of us had seen in the news that there were a lot of white mortality rates spiked up for white males, which seemed unusual. And a lot of it had to do with this, again, not having connections to friends as much as women did or other people had connections and were part of associations and got together a lot. And we all went around the room talking about, does your wife have more friends than you? And it was kind of fun. But we also knew that we could go home now and say, this is for our health that we're doing this. And we're going to add a casino trip every couple of months and feel justified and get support for it. Why not? No, but it is really important, this notion of connection and being connected to people. So you're going to be our champions out there, and we're really looking forward to it as agencies. This is the beginning of this process. Leo and I have been partnered with Jim and Mary Ann now since 2012 on widening our circle. We've now brought our friends from Cedar, who do other projects for us, Christine Clifford back there, Emily Lauer, to work together with us and them. That's the Center for Developmental Disability Evaluation and Research, almost got it wrong, at UMass, and formerly known as the Shriver Center. It still is, really, but not so well known, but Shriver Center. And they're helping doing some of the metrics with us and helping us figure out how do we know what the impact is of this and what can we do to learn more about it and